the Wizards of the Coast. The world is changing, Aragorn, and we must change with it. The end has come. You are just a white man, Aragorn. You need more melanin. I have none. Put aside the Caucasian. Become who you were born to be. A man of color. Yes.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering in the new office. I'll get some decorations up, hopefully somewhat soon, so it doesn't look like I'm in that mugshot. I've got the mugshot angle going on here, but what's been interesting to watch is just how all of these like leftists and SJWs have been pouncing on Token's work to really make their mark on it, to pervert it in a lot of ways, to make sure that it's modernized. Oh, does my soundboard work? Hold on a second. To make sure it's reimagined. Oh no, wait. Reimagined. Yeah, it works. And we had probably one of the most hilarious ones. So Wizards of the Coast is a company that makes Magic the Gathering. Arguably still the best card game ever created, at least like of its format, of not like poker or whatever, but trading card game. And it's exceedingly woke. And so since their company is just milking what's remaining of their player base, they decided that Aragorn should be black. Why? I don't know. Let's read. And then and like also so he's black now in his representation in the Magic the Gathering game. And also we have a sneak preview of Sauron, they, them, which is going to be pretty hilarious. And by the way, if you enjoy the videos, please click that red subscribe button down below. In the latest example of Western entertainment's seeming obsession with reimagining J.R.R. Tolkien's fantasy work in the accordance with modern-day identity politics, Wizards of the Coast has revealed that the upcoming Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth set for Magic the Gathering will depict Aragorn as a black man. Previously announced during the company's Magic Showcase 2021, the upcoming Lord of the Rings themed set was teased as a following up to players teaming up with established characters as Gandalf, Gollum, Frodo, Aragorn to battle for the One Ring scheme with Sauron or journey to the heights of Mount Doom. Magic has basically been doing this for a while now, crossing over with pop culture, and they've done My Little Pony. They've done a whole wide variety of them. I don't like it, but some people buy the cards, and that's okay. While some fans anticipated the worst possible handling of the IP, given what Wizards' reputation in recent years, their fears were partially quelled by a combination of source material, accurate piece of artwork depicting Gandalf entertaining the Shire Bilbo Baggins' birthday party being put forth as the set's main preview image, and a relief that no other interpretation of the series could stoop to the level of Amazon's Rings of Power. At least they were until a further preview of the set was given in the opening of this year's Wizards Presents. A similar livestream presented that touches upon the company's entire catalog, blah, 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 blah. And by the way, I'm sure we'll take a look at the comments on here. I'm sure they'll be genius. At least they were a preview. Okay. So taking to the stage, a freelance host, Sydney Goodman, began her tease of the set. Goodman then proceeded to view some of the art of the set, unveiling to players a first look at Magic the Gathering's depictions of Frodo, Balrog, and a set of new borderless scene cards, which when brought together will form an amazing, recognizable scene from the books, like the climactic battle of Pelennor or Fields outside of Gondor. That's pretty cool. However, upon a reveal of cards depicting the latter event, fans were quick to notice a significant divergence from Tolkien's original writings, namely, rather having a shaggy head of dark hair flecked with gray and a pale, stern face, as described literally in the books, Wizards claims to have followed so closely the last chieftain of the Dundain, of the North, were depicted as short-haired black men. as a short-haired black man. On their own, they're glorious pieces of art, concluded Goodman, but put together, you can see the entire story as if turning the pages of the novel. What? The folks at Middle-earth Enterprises take their roles as stewards very seriously, and every decision about characters has been made with deep reverence to the original, wrote Wizards content manager Adam Styborski. With that in mind, together we set out to make a set that follows two guiding principles: diversity and originality. And you know what's interesting? What you should take note of here? They put diversity first. On the first goal, he explained, The Lord of the Rings is about different people of Middle-earth coming together to fight Sauron, finding strength in their diversity. We want to make this appealing story fresh and relevant to an even wider audience. Get the flip out of here. Are you kidding me? So this is Wizards of the Coast, and just like Amazon, basically saying like, yeah, The Lord of the Rings is probably one of the most popular books ever written, but we think we can do better. How? Just making characters different skin color. In the second, he clarified the goal of the set was to express the story and setting of Lord of the Rings cards for Magic the Gathering, noting, while countless prior efforts have painted vivid pictures of the world, our goal is a modern take on the work of J.R.R. Tolkien, lovingly crafted for a new generation of players and fans. Isn't it funny? It's like every time you see that language, you know it's going to be terrible. It's just going to be terrible. If you look at the comments, the comments. Flooded with evil, cannot create anything new. They can only corrupt and ruin the good forces. There is no curse in Elvish, Entish, or tongues for the men of this treachery, J.R.R. Tolkien. Evil cannot create anything new. Evil cannot create anything new. The legendary magic treatment. Ah, yes, race swaps are what Lord of the Rings really needed. This is like a whole group of people now that are seeing this that maybe weren't into the Amazon show, and they're seeing it like spat on again. It's absolutely hilarious. Inclusive for everyone except Tolkien, his people, and the fans of Tolkien books. I mean, what? People would soil their pants if they made Shala, War Machine, Steel Blade, Icon Storm, Spawn, or any of these other black heroes white. It's absolutely true, and you can see this story by iHypocrite. So he's saying, I don't know, I liked Aragorn because he's BA, not because he's white. This is a gaslight, right? iHypocrite writes, I want to take a minute to explain why blacking Aragorn bothers me more than other fictional characters. First of all, Tolkien's work, and thanks to the magic of Peter Jackson films, is one of the last remaining works in Western canon that people have universal love for. This is especially true if we're not counting more contemporary works like Harry Potter. Secondly, Lord of the Rings represents a virtually forgotten ideal of the triumph of good over evil. This idea has been replaced in recent years by much more cynical works, like Game of Thrones and The Boys. Thirdly, this is done without the consent of Tolkien. This one thing is Neil Gaiman wants to sign off on blacking half the Sandman cast. It's one thing, sorry, but Tolkien was explicit that Lord of the Rings represents UK mythology and that he was explicit in writing that the people had fair skin. And the third point is probably the most important. There is no white version of the Black Panther because white people are not permitted to have a hero who is tied to his racial identity. If there was a white Black Panther, it would be Aragorn. It's almost as if Tolkien speaks to us from the past, not to take this lying down. By all that you hold dear, good on this earth, I bid you stand, men of the West. And then we get this. This is what reimagining looks like. This is what reimagining work for a modern era looks like. What in the what? You know what's interesting? Last night, the Game of Thrones prequel. Yeah, it's a prequel, right? House of the Dragon. And like, yes, everybody seems to have a black brother or sister or cousin in Game of Thrones, for whatever reason, like it seems less forced. I don't know. They somehow just do it a little bit better. It's also, you know, HBO isn't out there constantly saying that, oh, this is what Tolkien would have wanted, or whatever the author, you know, the author from Game of Thrones. But like, who the author doesn't even want to finish his work. But anyway, you know, pretty much everyone seemed to like the House of the Dragon. It was a little slow. It was this or that. I was looking, because I don't have my TVs at my house yet, so I didn't watch anything. But it seemed like people were like okay with it. I didn't really want more Game of Thrones, especially after the way they went out. But the preview kind of came and went without any major controversy, and there was massive uptake. I mean, the app crashed again. This, like, what? I mean, this is like, I mean, I guess he's shape-shifting. This is what he looks like or whatever. But I mean, there's his staff, right? I don't even, if that's really him, this is Sauron's sister, Sour Cream. I don't, and his cousin Sauerkraut. I don't even understand. It looks ridiculous. I don't even, I mean, this is like, there will be, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, there will be entire channels that grow to be, you know, oh, let's see, this is whatever, whatever the F it is not Sauron. I think it's a character invented by someone in the show, which will probably be some kind of Sauron's hierarchs or something else. But no, not Sauron, at least I hope. People are like, hopefully, hoping that it isn't Sauron. Look, I'm going to watch the show just like many of you. I'm going to give it a fair shake. There's a very good chance, there's still a good chance that a show can be kind of woke and lame at times and still be a good show. There's a lot of shows that I like that will have these like weird moments. Like even the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson had this weird cringe line about white privilege. It didn't ruin the movie for me. I just noticed it. And it was like immersion breaking. I was like, oh God, Zoe Kravitz probably made them put that in. But like, it still could be good, but it doesn't look like it will be good. And they're not doing much to entice the fans that they so desperately need, given how much money they've spent on this. If you enjoyed this video, you made it this far, please do click that red subscribe button down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.